Hello and welcome to How to Design Puzzle Boxes video 5. In this video we're going to talk about this one simple component that we made on the top, and this is going to be the starting process of a locking piece that'll be on the front here, and as well as how the lid's going to be attached. So the main reason why this is put here is one is it hides all that components that are underneath, so how these pieces fit and all that. So it's more of a polishing thing, but also what it does is it allows it to be flush with the locking mechanism that's on the back, and that just again makes it look a little bit cleaner. So let's take a look at the part itself and see how it was designed. So here you can see the component in its whole. What I did is I created this and then I actually made a duplicate part for the other side, just essentially mirroring it and then making it a little bit thicker. So you can see here's the mirrored part, and then I just extruded it away and added the thickness. So how I designed this is I essentially took some measurements from here as the baseline. The first dimension I did was I measured from center to center, knowing that this is 3 5/8 of an inch. The next thing I knew is the wall thickness is 1/8 of an inch, and I know that the diameter of this is 9/16. A couple other dimensions that I utilized for designing this is I did a center point from here to the face, which is a little over 1/2 inch, so I used 1/2 inch for this little piece here, the peg. And the other thing I did was I measured from here to the face, center of the face, which I'll just scroll up to. And that is just a little over 2 1/16 of an inch. And that's what I did to create this line piece. So I made that 2 1/16 of an inch. So let's take a little walkthrough through this real quick to see how I designed that. So the first thing I did was I created my 2 circles, and what I did with that is I essentially went in and made this 3/4 of an inch by 3 5/8, which was that center to center. I made it 3/4 of an inch because I wanted it to have 1/8 of an inch around, but then I didn't like that, so I made an extra 1/16 of an inch to give it some extra material around the pegs. I then made this piece, which is 1/4 of an inch, which is 1/8 of an inch thicker than the wall thickness, which was 1/8 of an inch. I then made the cutaway portion. So the way that I did this is I essentially went in and I made this 1/8 of an inch plus 1/64. And that's just to give the extra gap. And then I did the same thing on the other end, which is 9/16 plus a 64. Once that was completed, I then created the cutaway portions for the walls on the other side. And then I started doing the 1/2 inch extension for the one end, and then I did the 2 1/16 extension on the other end. The last thing I did was I extended it up by 1/8 of an inch, and that may change, but it was just easier to use a direct edit feature instead of going back and editing each one separately. It's just a faster way of doing things if you don't want to go back, if you have too many different elements that have been impacted by that. So then this is what allowed me to have this created, and as I mentioned before, I just mirrored it and made it an extra 1/8 of an inch longer for the same component, so that I have the 2 pieces made for less work. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, this is Tyler with 3D Printer Store, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.